Good morning, students. Let us learn Chapter 2 Microorganisms, Friend and Foe today. The first thing we need to know is what are microorganisms. These are the tiny organisms which cannot be seen with our naked eyes, which are found in air, water, and soil. Now, let us know what are the major groups of microorganisms. There are 5 major groups of microorganisms, and they are bacteria, virus, protozoa, algae, and fungi. You can see in the picture below, which is given in your book, the different types of microorganisms. There are bacteria which are of rod shape. There are algae, fungi, different fungi that you see here. The one that grows on the bread also, the bread mold is been given here and all. Next thing is, where do these microorganisms live? Microorganisms generally survive in the very harsh climate also and in the favorable climate also. So they are found in the deserts, hot springs, and also in the icy cold polar regions, and also they are found in the marshy lands. Okay, now that we know what are microorganisms, we know where do they live. Let us go into next topic, that is about the usefulness of the microorganism. It means what? How the microorganisms are, or they act as a friends to the human beings. Now there are many uses of microorganisms, and in the different fields how they are useful, let us study that. They are useful in the food industry, in the medicinal field, as a commercial use also they are being used, then in the agricultural field and cleaning up the environment. In the food industry now, microorganisms are used in the preparation of the bread, pastries, cakes, etc. Mainly, microorganism called yeast is being used in this, in the food industry. Along with this bread and pastries, cakes, idli is also prepared using microorganism yeast. Next thing we have is medicinal use. Under medicinal use, generally microorganisms are used in preparation of antibiotic and vaccine. Now let me tell you what are antibiotic. Antibiotics are the medicine that either kills or stops the growth of an microorganism. Disease causing microorganism. Example for this antibiotics are streptomycin, erythromycin. A scientist named Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, an antibiotic. And the next one, another scientist, Edward Jenner, has discovered vaccine for smallpox. Let me tell you what are vaccine. Vaccines are actually a dead or a weak microorganism which are being injected in a human or an animal body so that they develop antibodies which can fight against these disease causing microorganisms. Next usefulness is in the commercial field. Microorganisms are used for preparing wine and alcohol from the grains like rice or wheat, and also many fruits are being used in preparing, or from their juices. Wine and alcohol are prepared by the action of the microorganism yeast. Agricultural field. In the agricultural field, microorganism like blue-green algae helps in fixation of the nitrogen in the soil. Also, as I told you, or you might have read about symbiotic relationship that you find between the leguminous plant and the rhizobium bacteria, also helps in increasing the soil fertility, which thereby is useful in the agricultural field. So these leguminous plants, those leguminous plants are generally the pulses plant. When they are grown in the field, in the roots of these leguminous plants, a bacteria called as rhizobium stays in it, which helps in fixing the atmospheric nitrogen, and thus nitrogen is a very important component which is used in preparation of the needed for preparation of protein, nucleic acid, amino acids, vitamins, etc. Next usefulness of microorganisms are in the field of cleaning environment. We might have seen when you throw a vegetable peel or a fruit peel, etc., or the dried leaves are being dumped, after a week time or so, these gets converted into, by the action of the microorganism, they are being converted into humus. So thus microorganisms help in cleaning the environment. They also the odor or the bad smell which comes out by the humans action of the humans are being also cleaned up by the microorganism. Next topic we have is about the harmfulness of the microorganism. Microorganisms also are very harmful to animals, humans and plants. They cause many kinds of diseases. Table 2.1 of page number 24 shows us the different types of diseases. Like in the table here you will see here tuberculosis, it is been caused by microorganism bacteria which is been transmitted by air. Similarly, here are all the different kinds of diseases. You can see the list of diseases which has been mentioned here, which are caused by the microorganism. On page number 25, on table 2.2, you can see the various plant diseases which are caused by the microorganism. Like number 1, we have citrus canker, which affects the citrus fruits. Like here in a picture, it has been given of a lemon which is getting attacked by the citrus canker, and this is being attacked by the microorganism called bacteria. Similarly, we can see a fungal disease, that is rust of wheat, occurs in the wheat, and yellow vein mosaic of bindi is seen in bindi, which is caused by the virus. Other than the diseases, microorganisms also cause food poisoning. Food poisoning means the microorganisms grow generally on the food, or they spoil the food if we do not preserve them properly. So such food, if being consumed by the humans, leads to food poisoning. So these are the different harmful effects of the microorganism, that is they cause diseases in plants, animals and in humans, and also they lead to food poisoning. Let us now study the next topic that we have of the chapter is food preservation. Food preservation means preserving the food or preventing the food from getting spoiled by the action of microorganism, so that we can use it in the near future. Different methods of food preservation are listed here, and they are chemical method. Number 2, preservation by using salt. Number 3, by using sugar. Number 4, by using oil and vinegar. Number 5, by using hot and cold treatment. Let me explain you all these different methods. Under chemical method, the old method and the common method of using or preserving the food is by using oil and salt. Okay. Other than this, we can use preservatives like sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate. So these are the preservatives other than salt and oil which are being used. Next method we have is preservation by common salt. Common salt is used for preserving food, and they are also used in making pickles and all. Also, meat and fishes are being sun dried, or they are being dried in the fire using common salt. Next method of food preservation is by using sugar. Sugar is used in preparing jam, jelly, squash, etc. And thus we can use all the fruits in the off season as a jam or a jelly. Next method of food preservation is by using oil and vinegar. Using oil and vinegar, vegetables, meat, fruits, etc. are preserved. They are converted into pickles and we consume them in the off season. Then last method we have is heat and cold treatment. Heat and cold treatment. Under this, let us study pasteurization. Pasteurization is a technique which is used in the dairy farms in order to preserve the dairy products. In this method, the milk is boiled to 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then it is suddenly chilled. Thus, the dairy product or the milk is being preserved.